In this bite-sized video, I'll be taking a look at some of the new features introduced in NodeRED version 0.16. There are a number of great new features included in the release, and we'll start with the editor. There's now a faster way to add nodes to your flows using the command button on a Mac or the control button on Windows and Linux. Hold the key, then click on the sheet, and you will see a pop-up window appear. This is the mini palette, which contains the 5 most common nodes, plus the 5 most recently added at the top, and then the remaining nodes in alphabetic order. Like the main palette, the list can be filtered to quickly find the nodes you want. In addition to adding nodes, you can also hold the command or control key when connecting a chain of nodes. With the key held down, click on the connection point of the first node, and then click each node in turn to connect them. You can combine the two features to quickly add new nodes from the pop-up palette and automatically connect them by keeping the command or control key pressed until all nodes have been added. The Debug Panel has been updated to allow larger objects to be displayed and provide features to allow you to see the data in a more helpful format. The first change I'll show you is how JavaScript objects are shown. They are initially displayed as the top level object, but there's a twisty next to the object to allow you to expand it and show the next level, which can then be also expanded and so on until the entire object can be seen. Similarly, arrays are collapsed, but a twisty allows them to be expanded. Numbers can be clicked to convert between decimal and hexadecimal formats. If you're handling binary data in a buffer, these are initially displayed as an array of decimal numbers, but clicking the twisty allows you to select ranges within the buffer, and you can also change the display from the raw data to show a string. There are some new features which help reduce the need for JavaScript code in function nodes. The template node can now access the flow and global context properties. So you no longer need to use a function node to add flow and global context properties into the message being sent to the template node. There is a new feature added to the change and switch nodes, which allows JSON to be queried and transformed using JSONata. This removes the need to write JavaScript to access JSON data. The syntax used by JSONata is simple and easy to use, but it's extremely powerful. Here are a few examples. I've set up a JSON data structure, and now using the change node, I want to access various properties. Firstly, I want to know what items are in the sale. And you can see the query string that will get access to the required values. Now I want to see all items, and this time a wildcard that searches on all levels of the JSON document can be used. Lastly, here's a more complex query, where I want to know the total sales value. So I need to multiply the quantity sold by the price for each item, and then add all of them together. The JSONata documentation at jsonata.org provides full details of the functions available and the syntax for the queries. And there's an online exerciser to let you try it out. The last feature I'm going to show you is the review feature. When multiple developers are working on the same server, they can often get a warning that there might be overwriting changes. With version 0.16, you can now see what the changes are and manage how the changes are merged. Here, using 2 browser sessions, I can make changes to 2 different nodes. Now when I deploy them both, the second one gets the conflict. The dialog box offers me the option to automatically merge, as there are no merge conflicts. Now if I create a conflicting change, I now have to go in and decide what to do. I get to see all the changes highlighted and the option to select what gets deployed. Even when there are no conflicts or when working on your own and the deploy button is red, you can see what the changes are. You can hold down the command or control key and the shift key and then press R to open the change dialog. The NodeRED blog, available on NodeRED.org, is a good blog to follow to see all the changes happening to NodeRED.